Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy ECROSSOVER over here with the ILLMINDPODCAST, man. If you ain't ill, you ain't real, man. Yo, this is my reaction to the Nate Diaz versus Jake Paul fight. All right, so first things first, I just want to tell you that this fight was entertaining, but as a fight, as a boxing fight, it was kind of ass. I didn't like how Nate Diaz was fighting. It's his first time fighting, of course. What do I expect from an actual UFC fighter? Seriously. But, I thought him as a guy that, he looked like he had pretty good technique when he was in the UFC. Didn't translate that very well. 38 years old at the tail end of his career also. And it's like, I'm getting sick and tired of this Jake Paul like fandom of like him being a good boxer, when it's like, dude, like, you're fighting dudes at the tail end of the career. You're fighting guys like Nate Robinson. You knocked him out cold. He doesn't know how to fight. Fight KSI. Fight dudes that are actually training the same way you're training on knowing how to box. Tommy Fury, a guy that actually knew how to box a very small bit, because he didn't have the greatest technique either, but he was a boxer. Both amateur, you lost against him from a split decision. Cool. And that fight, you didn't have that much endurance, and you looked tired when you was fighting him. But with this fight, it just felt like, whatever. Yeah, you knocked him down the 5th round. Why, as a boxer, as a dude that's been boxing for 3 years, if you knocked out a couple of people that have been in the UFC, actually you knocked out almost every single one of them that's been in the UFC, you literally had the chance to knock him out around the 6th, 7th round, but you sat there and let him squander off to the corner with his head turned. And I heard that when he did that in a UFC fight, it actually worked and he beat the fighter. But this is boxing, and you're a boxer yourself, and you didn't do anything. You knocked him down the 5th round. You didn't even come at him the next time and say, fuck it, I'm going to knock him out. No, you didn't do that. It's fine. I'm not hell-bent on knocking somebody out, but you called it out. You said, I'm going to knock him out around the 5th round. You knocked him down, and then you didn't knock him out. And he was vulnerable still. As a boxer, as a guy that wants to prove himself as a boxer, if that was a real pro amateur fighter that wants to go to like the actual, that actually wants to go up and actually compete for like, the world championships, middleweight, heavyweight, whatever, they would have knocked him out easy. First, second round, if that would have happened, you're done. After you get up, you're done. You're getting hit again. Jake Paul just doesn't know how to hone in with the training that he does, because you're facing against a UFC fighter that was trolling you the whole time. Literally throughout the whole 10 rounds. After he got knocked down, and remember, when he got knocked down, it wasn't like he fell flat, like right out, he didn't fall all the way to the ground and like stood there. Like, he really went on the floor, lost his footing, fell down, got right back up, like, all right, cool, whatever. All right, I'm good. And then the next 5 rounds, he was just toying with you, letting you hit him hard. He still was like, come on, hit me. Come on, knock me out. Like, it wasn't nothing to him, because when he got knocked down and got hit in the temple, yeah, he got a little loosey-goosey, lost his footing. He tried to catch himself, and he fell a little bit more and got right back up. And you didn't do nothing about that. You just play with your technique and just jab, jab, jab. Of course you're going to win by decision. You are. He's not a real fighter. He's not. Sorry. He's not a real boxer. Let me rephrase that. Real boxer. But what I love about Jake Paul, he's a great entertainer for the sport of boxing. He has revolutionized the sport of boxing. He has made amateur fighting the literally the end-all be-all when it comes to entertainment in boxing. Nobody really watches a lot of pro fights as much, man. Only the diehards really watch it. I'm just keeping it a stack. If it's not Floyd Mayweather doing it in the pro level, nobody was really watching it, man. Or Manny Pacquiao. But it had to either Manny Pacquiao against Floyd Mayweather or against a top fighter. Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, that was a very anticipated fight, and that was a great fight. And I think that was the one that was like, yes, of entertaining fight that everybody, even certain casual fans will watch that don't watch boxing as much. But yeah, like it was just a very entertaining fight, and I'm glad that Jake Paul has revolutionized the game of boxing for a lot of these amateur players. A lot of these amateur fighters in order to, have some clout. Like, that's just the way I look at it. I feel like every single time I see him promote these things, man, you see even like actual boxers that the women's fight with Amanda and the other chick from Brooklyn, like they both real fighters, and they had real entertaining ones, from the guys from Mexico that was fighting. That was a very entertaining fight. The one with the 18-year-old kid that was like Snoop, that was like the Snoop Dogg or whatever his name was. I think it was Silva. He knocked out that dude easily and everything. But there were real entertaining boxing matches leading up to that, which I think were way better than this fight. And that's the shit that got me mad. Was like every other fight that I was watching was pretty entertaining, very good, and actual boxing matches. And then I go to this one and it's like, really? You knocked him out the fifth round, and then you go, oh, yeah, I knocked him out. I knocked him down. So what? He wasn't going to do anything. And like you're just sitting there being passive. Like, yo, be aggressive. He can't box with you. It is what it is, man. All right, this is the post. This is like the post game interview and everything. So let's just see the post match interview that he had. So let's just see what he says.
Thank you very much, guys. Jake, congratulations on a massive win for you. Was he tougher than you thought he would be?
No, he's tough. He's real tough. That's what he's known for. But tough in this sport doesn't work. Boo if you're a virgin.
Are you happy with your performance? Did you think you did enough to secure the win before the scorecards were read?
Oh, for sure. I knocked him down. Won basically every round. I think he won one round. But he's a warrior,
Of course you're gonna win. Of course you're gonna fucking win. Like, oh my God, continue.
Had him hurt in the first round. He kept on coming, and no one's taken that much damage. But all credit to my team, my conditioning. Going 10 rounds in my 8th fight, it's unheard of. Only been boxing for 3 years. Beat a UFC legend. I was watching this kid growing up, but I want to run it back in MMA.
Let's go. So there's the offer on the table, $10 million in MMA next fight. Is that what you want to do next?
Yeah, I want $10 million, PFL, that's the offer. Let's run it back in MMA. Make it fair. I won one, now it's your chance in your home territory. MMA, let's do it.
Now, let's be honest. Nate Diaz is at the tail end of his career, and he would kill Jake Paul in a street fight. Kill Jake Paul in a street fight. You in MMA, bro, that's a different fucking ball game, man. That's a different ball game. Everything is basically free. Getting kneed, you getting kicked, you getting grabbed, you getting choked out. Like, oh, bro, it's over, bro. I'm telling you right now, Nate Diaz. Oh, my God, man. Nate Diaz would knock him out. Not knock him out. He would submit the shit out of him. He would TKO him or something. Jake Paul is not going to last in that fight. If Nate Diaz goes hard. That's what I'm saying. If Nate Diaz says, yo, fuck it. I'm going to go hard and I'm going to fuck this kid up just to show him that he ain't shit. By all means. Because, like, you know what? I tip my hat off to Jake Paul, bro. That's one thing I respect with him. He responds to the critics and all that shit, but he gives the fight that people want. And Nate Diaz called him out about all this other shit. He's all right, we're going to have to schedule a fight. He says, all right, everybody keeps talking shit about me not being a real fighter, blah, 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 or not a real boxer because I keep fighting these UFC dudes. All right, cool. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to their territory, and if I fuck them up in their territory, I don't want to hear shit. Even if he's at the tail end of his career. He's been doing this shit for a long-ass time. That's all I have to say. With that being said, Nate Diaz will knock him out. Nate Diaz will fuck him up. I'm sorry. It's a street fight, bro. It's a street fight. There's knees, there's elbows. Bro, I don't know what Jake Paul trying to get himself into. But I love it because now Who knows? What if Jake Paul just learns how to do certain moves within a short amount of time? Remember, like, these guys been doing it for 20 plus years, dude. 17. They've been doing it since they were like 13, 5, 6, learning how to really kickbox or do any certain martial arts to compete in the MMA. Nate Diaz is a legend, bro. This guy's gonna teach you something. That's all I have to say. But all right, let's finish this post game.
Nate, what do you think of that offer?
Let's do it. We're going to have to co-promote with Real Fight Inc. I don't want to do that. But I want to try and do, but I had the single leg in the first and the choke in the ninth, so I already won that battle.
I saw that guillotine there.
Yo, one thing about Nate Diaz I've always known, and listen, I am an amateur UFC guy, but all I know about Nate Diaz is that he's the people's champ. People fuck with this dude heavy because of his attitude. And just watching him fight throughout the match, like he entertained the fuck out of me. For real, I'm like, yo, this guy just don't give. And then like all the announcers were talking about him as like, yo, like he's gritty, he don't give a damn. He'll go the distance, he'll die on that ring if he needs to. If it was going, I think one of his pals or whatever was doing a little interview while they were boxing and saying like, yo, he's like, I'm upset that it's 10 rounds because if it was 20 rounds, Nate will win. But fortunately, it's 10 rounds. Okay, cool. So, just a quick video and everything like that. I know it's like 10 minutes or anything, but listen. It's my reaction to the Jake Paul, Nate Diaz fight, man. It's the ILLMINDS podcast, bro. If you ain't ill, you ain't real, man. We out. Nate Diaz will whip Jake Paul's ass in the UFC. Hopefully, we can make that fight happen. I'm out, yo. Peace.